I'm back. What up, everyone? How y'all doing out there? I'm back. This is Ray, the host of the Ray Infinity Show. This is episode number 51. And yes, I have not done an episode in over a week. I know that. I'm sorry about that, guys. But the reason I took like a week or two or so off is because the last episode I did was with Carlos and Osiris. That was episode 50. And the thing was, I went a week or more than a week actually of doing an episode every day just so I could hit episode 50, because I wanted that episode to be a celebration episode, like where I get a bunch of people together that I've had on the show before and just have a hangout and do some fun stuff. Now we did something. Now we did talk a lot of politics, but we mostly did. We also did talk about a little fun stuff as well. Well, it was a little hangout too. Well, the president, when we were talking about the best presidents in the world, we were talking about we were doing like the tier list where it has S, A, B, C, D, and F presidents. So it was different. It wasn't how I was going to how I was planning on doing it. I was originally just planning to say, hey, these are the best presidents, and we're just going to discuss why. Then to make it a little more interactive, I decided to make it like a tier list thing where we could all rank the presidents in different orders, whether you're great or bad or awful or something in the middle. But yeah, that's what me and Carlos and Osiris decided to do, and it was really fun. They'll eventually be back on the show again, but that won't be for a little bit because I'm just getting back into the groove right here, getting the show back up. I don't plan to take another week off or so anytime soon, at least not at this moment in time. Because I'm gonna get back in the flow of doing the show, get back used to doing it like an episode every other day or something like that, something along those lines. But there won't be an episode every day, but there'll at least I'll try. I should say, get at least in one episode or one or two episodes out a week, something along those lines. I'm gonna try to. I'm not promising, but I will try to. So don't hold that against me. So right. All right, and also Carlos and Osiris and I were actually talking about doing like a separate show where the three of us are the host, and it'll be on a separate channel, a separate podcast where all three of us get together and we just talk everything about politics and everything else. Where it'll just be a podcast where the three of us are the hosts. So yeah, I don't know when that'll happen, but hopefully it'll happen soon. Yeah, it's gonna be fun when it does, but at this moment. I don't know when that's going to happen, but hopefully it happens soon. I'm still trying to work on that, though. Yeah, hopefully it'll happen soon. All right. So yeah. All right, today. All right, we're going to be talking about something I've talked about a little bit beforehand. But we're going to be talking about the Roe v. Wade thing. The decision hasn't come down yet. I mean, the decision will be made within any day now. It'll be the earliest, the latest it will be made will be the first week of July. That's because when the Supreme Court will actually have its recession, we'll have a break for a bit before they come back and start working on cases. So July is the latest when we can expect the decision to come down, but it could happen any day though. But it'll be on days that the court has said these are days when decisions will be released. So yeah. But I'm also going to be talking about Elon Musk, buying Twitter, because the Twitter's board has approved Elon Musk's bid to buy Twitter. Sorry about that, guys. I'm pretty sure that's a little too loud for you. Don't want that to happen anymore. But yeah. But the board of Twitter has approved Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter, for $44 billion. And that's going to be pretty awesome. I can't wait for that to happen. I'm just hoping Elon will take over Twitter soon so we can get free speech back over there. And yeah. And speaking of free speech, I've also signed up for Truth Social. I've gotten on there. I finally have on there. So I'm glad. That's Trump's social media platform that he created, and I've hopped on. I'm finally. They just let me create it with my laptop. So yeah, I don't need to use my phone to do it. So yeah, but I'm going to be using Truth Social because it appears to be fun from what I take from it. Now I don't. I'm still trying to use it. It's pretty much just like any other site like Twitter or Gab or Minds or CloudHub or anything like that. That's pretty much what it is. But yeah, but it's pretty fun. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be posting a lot of other stuff on there too. So yeah. So yeah, 1 second. Okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, and and then the other thing we're gonna be talking about is like um, the former Vice President Joe Biden. His approval rating has dropped into the mid 30s. It was in the high 30s, but it's dropped to the mid 30s, and it is awful. Like, let's go, Brandon. Like, literally, that's where we've come to right now. Like, it's his approval rating is so bad. Like the fact and Trump, and at this point in time, Trump's approval rating when he was president at this point in time of his presidency was actually higher than Biden's. It truly was. You can look this up. It was higher. And so yeah, and they say and Trump was the most hated on president of them all. And it's well, okay, probably second most. The only one that was hated on more than Trump was JFK, but that's to be decided. But I think JFK was hated on more than Trump, but Trump was number 2. And obviously, there was no social media back then, and it was a whole lot worse. So yeah. But now Trump, he's hated on so much. Like the media were just nonstop talking bad about him. They wouldn't give him a break or anything like that. So, and yeah, you would actually think that Trump his approval rating would be lower than Biden's at this time, by this time. But no, Biden's approval rating is lower than Trump's. It is. Like, yeah, I'm going to bring this article up from Breitbart because I'm a big fan of Breitbart, and I think they do a lot of, I use Breitbart as a source a lot now because I think Breitbart is like a really cool, like they do have some biases on some things, but overall, I'd say they're mostly neutral. Mostly. So, yeah. Like, here, we're going to go right into this right here. This is from Breitbart. Well, actually, 32%. My mistake. Not mid-30s, low 30s. But, yeah, same difference as you can see right there. So, yeah. All right. We're going to get right into this right here. Civics poll. Biden approval lowest of presidency, 32% overall. By the way, that is really low, especially for a president. Well, former Vice President Joe Biden, I should say. That's what I call him now. So yeah, let's go read into this article now. Former Vice President Joe Biden, I'm not saying that, but that's what I'm saying. Former Vice President Joe Biden's approval rating is down to the lowest in his presidency. Joe Biden is probably, as I'm trying to be in technical terms right here, the worst president since Woodrow Wilson. And like to a lot of degrees, he's even worse. But at this point in time, I still say Wilson is worse. I mean, by the end of this, by 2024, Biden could be worse than Woodrow Wilson. It'll be close, but I don't know if it'll happen. But at this moment in time, Wilson is still worse, but Biden could still get much worse than Wilson by 2024. I don't know if it'll happen, but it still could happen. I don't know, but it'll just depend on a whole lot of things, and I mean a whole lot of things. Mm-hmm. At only 32% approval and 57% disapproval. Yeah. According to the Civics Rolling job approval average of Saturday, as of Saturday, I should say. My mistake right there. While 11% of survey participants did not approve or disapprove, and yeah, that actually is something that's important, Biden's approval rating is underwater in 48 states. 48 states, yeah, including the typical dark blue California and his home state of Delaware. Now, that's shocking. California and Delaware, that is shocking. Like, California, the most blue state in the entire country, and it's not even close. The one that comes closest is New York, but even New York is not nearly as blue as California. Like, that's a proven fact. It's not even close. But still, though, I'm lost for words right here with California. and of his home state of Delaware. That is shocking and not shocking at the same time. Of course, like the former vice president is from Delaware, so you would think like, oh, he would be very popular there. But then another thing you can look at, he does so much. A lot of the stuff he does is so bad, it makes the people in Delaware feel ashamed of him. So you can look at it from that way. Like, so yeah, you could, but you can if you want, but yeah. The only two states in which he is above water are Hawaii and Vermont. Now that's not Vermont is surprising. Like Vermont is a purple state, but the fact that it's approving Biden overall, that's saying something. Now you could say like, oh, it could make a little sense though, because Vermont does not have a huge population size. It doesn't, but still though, it is a purple state. But yeah. Hawaii, that's not surprising whatsoever because Hawaii is a deep blue state and it's not even close to being otherwise. And like, so yeah, his approval rating is terrible at the end of the day. Hawaii is like a deep blue state. So yeah, I've never been to Hawaii. I don't know if I ever will go, but that aside, so yeah. Overall, Biden has a net approval of -25. Wow, -25. Like, yeah. So, yeah. The 32% approval rating marks Biden's worst approval rating since becoming president, down from 33% in early June and 34% in May. Biden's lowest ever approval rating was from Quinnipiac. I'll have to look more into them. So, yeah. Quinnipiac polling on June 8th when he was at 33%. I'm curious if he's going to get into the late 20% range. I'm curious about that. Now you can make an argument that it is a fair argument to say like, hey, this is just a very small fraction of people, so it doesn't represent that much. And yeah, to a degree that is true because like all the main polls they asked like thousands of people. Now this one I assume they mentioned just hundreds of people. So yes, that is fair to say. But still, though, that you have to take it. Polls are relevant. They're good. They're good information. They give it like a good idea, but they're not the official word. So you have to give it that. I'm trying to be as fair as I can be right here. But so yeah. Additionally, Biden is underwater with independent respondents, and yes, most independents. If you look at independents. Most of the independents, they slightly lean on red. But that's barely, though. But that is a true fact. You can look that up if you want to. One of the blows in that country that has become increasingly important to win elections over the years, only 20% of independent respondents say they approve of Biden, while 67% disapprove, with 13% having no opinion. I think the percentage of the ones that say they approve is actually lower than it is. That part I do. I think a good percentage of them were actually lying because they just want to say like, hey, they have something good going right here. They're approving of someone because this person's anti-Trump or he's not Trump or whatever you want to say. He's so yeah. I think some of those people were clearly lying when they were saying they were approved of him. Now there are some that do approve of him, which for whatever reason I have no idea. But still, though, the ones that say they do approve, I think there's a good percentage of them that say they don't actually approve of them. They're just saying they approve because, yeah. And like the 13% having no opinion, I'm pretty sure they just don't want to answer that question right there. They just don't want to answer. I'm positive on that one right here. And this is the chart they have right here. Let's see if I can get to this actually. Right. Oh, give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna get that right there. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. Wait. Is this working? Okay. 1 second. Sorry, I'm bringing that up. Okay. Okay. Right here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick look at this. Then we're gonna move on. But yeah, this is the overall approval. The way Biden is handling his job as president. See, 57% disapprove. This at this time right here on the 18th, I think that is. So yeah, and this is 32% that do approve at the same time. Now let's look at the age range. if this will let me actually. Is this going to let me look at this? Okay, it's not letting me look at this, but we're going to take a quick look right here. The age range, like 18 to 34%, 18 to 34-year-olds right here, 24% approve while 58% disapprove. Okay, that's probably fair. Probably is. That's probably fair. I'll say that. I'll give it that right there. Then you got 35-year-olds to 49-year-olds with 31% approving and 57% disapproving. Okay. I think that would be lower, but for whatever. Then you got 50 to 64-year-olds. You got right here. Now this one you think would be a little higher, but actually this is in a decent range, like right here. Then you got down here the 65-plus-year-olds at 40% range. That's not surprising. It's not surprising because older people will typically approve of presidents like Biden. Well, former vice presidents like Biden, but still though, with 54% disapproving. So it's not. Is this surprising? Probably not, but it probably should be lower. But at the end of the day, it most likely isn't that surprising. It probably is not. So yeah. Let me 1 second right here. I'm going to go back to that other article right there. Okay. Civics. Right here. Okay. Right here. And sorry about that. Having been in office for over a year, this is the lowest approval rating Biden has received. During his vice presidency, the country has seen a supply chain crisis. Oh, yeah. Look at the baby formula shortages. Yeah. Record high inflation. Just look at the gas prices with that part. Literally, people can't afford gas. Oh, so, yeah. Yeah. Then you got baby formula shortage. Well, yeah, we just talked about that. But at the end, but when you look at it down at the southern border where the border is just wide open, there's practically an invasion coming in. They're sending baby formula down there to the border. But they're not giving it to our own babies here in the country that are legal citizens. That makes no sense whatsoever, and I don't understand how this is allowed to go on. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, and the botched Afghanistan withdrawal. Oh my God, the Afghanistan withdrawal was probably one of, if not the most disgraceful things in American history. That was embarrassing. And plus, on top of that, you got 13 of our soldiers killed in that. And then, plus, on top of that, you got dozens and dozens of people soldiers injured. Some of them are missing limbs or severely or maimed, or some of them even paralyzed, I believe. And no one talks about those ones. So that just shows how pathetic this has become. So, yeah. Furthermore, his marquee legislative proposal, the $1.75 trillion Build Back Better Act, has been dead in the water for some time. Thank you, Joe Manchin, for stopping that, because that bill was just a Bernie Sanders socialist agenda wet dream. That's really what that bill was. Like adding like trillions to the debt, and literally would have just drove inflation up even further than it is already. And like they say, oh, it would have lowered inflation and lowered all this and that. When no, it would not. You're printing. Because guess what? We don't have $1.7 trillion in a safe somewhere. No, you have to print it out of thin air to cover it, and so you can borrow it, which just creates more inflation. How are you going to solve that? That makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, but thank you, Joe Manchin, for stopping that bill from being passed. I thank God he did. Okay. Okay, I've talked about that. The country has recently seen a slew of record high gas prices per gallon this month, with the average gas price reaching above $5 per gallon. And shockingly, right in the closest gas station to me is was that 467 or 47 or was that 469 or 479? It was somewhere around that range. I'll have to check again, but I'll have to go recheck. So yeah, so forgive me if I don't know that off the top of my head. I'll have to go recheck that later on. So yeah, sorry about that, but yeah, this but in California, $5 a gallon is nothing really much. It's like it was at $7, $8, or $9 a gallon in California. Like in California, they are anti fossil fuels as a whole. They do not they literally signed a bill. Gavin Newsom signed a bill. Was it? I believe it was in 2020 that says that after 2035 they will no longer sell cars that are new that run on gas. That's pathetic. How are you expecting all these people to buy electric cars? No one can buy not everyone can just walk down to a car lot and just buy an electric car. Like, I love Teslas. As a matter of fact, in the future, I hope I can get one. But I would actually really like a Tesla. But there's no way I could afford one. That's impossible. Not all of us have the ability to afford a Tesla. So how are you going to expect all of us to pay for it? Now, all the rich people can afford that easily, even though they won't follow it. It's like you have all of them riding all their private jets, like all these fancy limos and stuff like that run on a whole lot of gas. So yeah, that just lets you know how this has been going. The Civic's rolling job approval average had 215,027 responses tracked between January 20th and June 18th. Oh, my mistake. I underestimated how much people actually were in this poll, but still. The Civic's tracking model is meant to capture the shifts in attitude of various groups over time, all across 50 states and Washington, D.C. These changes can happen either over time or rapidly. So yeah, it's going to go up and down, up and down. Every president that's been in office has had their approval rating go up and down every time. And obviously Trump did. His approval rating skyrocketed when the C-19 first broke out. It skyrocketed. It was like I could be wrong, but I believe it was at somewhere around, was it 70-something%? I believe that's where it was. I'll have to go back and look at it again. But yeah, so it skyrocketed. Like Biden's approval rating. I don't know. I don't recall off the top of my head what the highest it was. I mean, I'll have to go back and look at it again. So just to know what his approval rating was. So forgive me if I don't know it off the top of my head, but yeah. And speaking of Biden, there's also something funny I wanted to show you guys. In case you guys haven't seen it, this is actually pretty hilarious. So give me a second. You guys are going to probably laugh your asses off at this part. Give me 1 second right here. Okay. This part was hilarious right here. It was hilarious. So yeah. Okay. This is also from Breitbart as well. And I saw this a few days ago, and I didn't do an episode on it, but I'm covering this now because this is actually something pretty fun. It's hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw this. Report: Joe Biden falls off bike after foot gets stuck. So I was laughing my ass off when I saw this. I was on Twitter and I came across the video because someone posted it, and I was just laughing my ass off at it. So yeah, it's pretty funny. So I'm gonna read the article first, then I'm gonna show it so we can, because this is actually gonna be something pretty funny. You guys are gonna love this. So yeah. 1 second. Sorry about that. Former Vice President Joe Biden reportedly fell off his bike in Rehoboth. Is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section if I'm saying that correctly. Delaware on Saturday morning after getting his foot stuck. So yeah, I fell off my bike before when I was a kid. Everyone has, but from what I saw, there's no reason he should have fell off. So yeah. POTUS fell down from his bike on his way back from the trail. Reuters Reuters, whatever, reported, got up and said, "I'm good." He said his foot got stuck. So, yeah. It is not known whether the 79-year-old sustained any injuries from the fall or how the former vice president's foot became stuck. Now, I hope he's fine, because guess what? I do not wish harm on anyone. I hope everyone's fine, okay? Because guess what? I do not believe in violence whatsoever like that. I don't. I hope he's fine. Even though I can't stand the guy, I hope he is fine. Just to let you guys know. Okay, someone sent a tweet out about it, but we're gonna go right into this right here. This is not the first time Biden has had a physical mishap. In 2021, Biden stumbled twice and then fell climbing up a stairway to board Air Force One at a Joint Base Andrews base. So, oh my God. What that's referring to, if you guys don't know, side article. If you guys don't know what that is that what happened was on Air Force One. This was last year when Biden was walking up the steps to get into it. He tripped multiple times for no reason, and it wasn't the wind that knocked him down. He fell for no reason, but the media tried to paint it like, oh, it was the wind. Well, the media didn't actually touch it. The people that were actually saying stuff about it were saying oh, it was the wind that knocked him down. He didn't fall on his own. When in reality, he actually did fall on his own. That is what happened. So, yeah. Some observers fear that Biden's physical state, and really bad, may be representative of his mental state. 100% that's true. That is 100%. 100%. 38 Republican lawmakers, along with Donald Trump's former White House physician and now Representative Ronnie Jackson of Texas, wrote a letter in February to Biden demanding that he take a cognitive test in fear that he may have Alzheimer's disease. Yeah, I'm not sure if he may have Alzheimer's. He may. I think it's dementia, but if it's Alzheimer's, yeah. Now, I'm not knocking the guy for that. Everyone has a lot of their own issues, but thing is, someone that has a state that are in a state that kind of state, they should not be in an office. They should be getting treatment to help deal with that. There's no, because you're putting more and more stress on them, on whoever's doing this, by putting them in a president as the president, let alone any other forms of office. You're doing the guy more harm than good. He should be getting treatment for this. He should not be in some political office, especially with the kind of stress that comes with being in an office, let alone just the president. So, yeah. Okay. Noting Biden's changes in mood and personality and forgetfulness, the lawmakers said Biden's cognitive ability has been declining, and it is not just a recent trend. Just go back to look at when Clarence Thomas was the hearings for Clarence Thomas was in the 90s. When he was, I believe it was in 92, correct me if I'm wrong, but was it 91, 92, somewhere in that range. Where where in the hearings and Biden was saying oh, it's talking about perspectives and the truths and something like that. And he sounded off back then. It ain't no sense. And Clarence Thomas, he even said himself, he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And it's 100% true. Biden did not know what he was talking about when that happened. He truly didn't. And that was back in the early 90s. And we're now in the 2020s. So yeah, this just goes to show how bad this is going. So yeah. but has become more apparent over the past 2 years. 100%. It's gotten more worse. Biden's even a guy that has had numerous brain surgeries. I'm not knocking him, but I think it's obvious that there's something wrong. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what specifically is wrong, but still, something is wrong. It is unknown whether Biden has undergone cognitive testing. It's obviously he has it. There's no way he has gone under any kind of testing whatsoever. He just hasn't. So, yeah. 58% of Americans believe Biden should receive a cognitive test. It should be at like 90%. As a matter of fact, I believe anyone who is in office, whether not just president, but as a senator or as a congressman, they should be taking a drug test and a mental test, like get a mental observation, because like I don't want anything like this to happen. Like, it's clear that there's something wrong going on with a lot of people. And like, to make sure that this doesn't happen, they should be tested just so we know what's going on. Because like, this can lead, because you're the head of our country. You decide where millions and even billions and even trillions of dollars go. And like, yeah. So, yeah. 54, less than 25% of voters strongly believe Biden is mentally fit. I have no idea how it's even that high. It should be much lower than 25%. Unstable. So, yeah. 54% of adults think Biden is not mentally sound enough to serve as president. And that's like, again, that should be in the 90% range. He's not fit to serve as president. I'm not talking about just his policies because I can't stand them. I'm talking about from a mental standpoint, he should not be president. He shouldn't. You're doing the guy more harm than good by having him be president. Yeah. Just 29% of Americans believe Joe Biden will pursue a second term in 2024. I'm still not convinced. I'm still not 100% convinced. I don't know, but if he will run in 2024, he may not. I don't know. We just have to wait and see for that for the time being. So, yeah. Well, yeah, like that just goes to show like some things that are going on right here. Like, 1 second. Okay, what's up with this? Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm just reading some comments like here. So, no. So. Oh shit! I didn't show you the video. Sorry about that. I'm going to show you guys the actual video to that, just in case. So yeah, it's like they have the actual video right here. So yeah, let me play this right here. Then right here. This is actually the full video. So yeah, and this is pretty hilarious.
Dr. Biden, how was your
And he wasn't moving. He was standing straight up and he just fell over. Literally, just fell right over. That makes no sense whatsoever. So, yeah. And even Joe Rogan made a joke about this. Like, he put this on his Instagram right here. This is probably the most funny thing out of them all. So, yeah. This right here is effing hilarious. Right here. Yeah. Like this, Joe took a screenshot of himself and photoshopped it right here next to Biden on the ground. This screenshot right here is obviously from when Conor McGregor broke his ankle and like Joe was sitting down in the octagon interviewing him right next to him. It was literally like they were actually it was like a secret clubhouse meeting. Like when you all get close together and you start being next to each other, sharing secrets. That's what it felt like when he was interviewing Conor. And so Joe just took the screenshot and just paste it right into here, which is hilarious. Even Cowboy Cerrone, who was another UFC fighter, was laughing his ass off at this. Like a lot. Usman, is that Kamaru Usman? I think that is. So yeah, that is, and this is just hilarious right here. This right here is so effing hilarious. Like the fact that Joe even came up with this, and I think it was him. I can't prove it that it was him. I assume it was because he posted it, but this is just hilarious. I never would have thought of it, but yeah, oh my God, it's hilarious. I just gotta leave it at that. So yeah, and also like the media, they took a screen without put aside the Joe thing, but Joe just screenshot this. Like there was this actual photo right here before Joe screenshotted in of this photo. And like the media, they actually photoshopped it to make Biden look younger than he actually was in the photo. To make him look younger than he looked. That just goes to show you how what the media is or what it has become. So yeah, that just goes to show you something. So yeah, that is what it is. All right, we're going to move on to the next topic right here. As you guys know, the Roe v. Wade decision is pending. It'll be made any day now. Like literally any day, it'll be announced. I hope it gets announced soon. Now, I'm still not convinced that it will be overturned. Even though that leaked draft said that they agreed to overturn it, that was just a draft. And like the justices can change their opinions at any time they want before the opinion is officially made. So I'm not like I hope it's overturned, but I'm still not convinced. And like it's obvious that the reason it was leaked was just to intimidate the justices into like changing their vote. Like literally, like last week or so, there was that guy that flew all the way from California to Virginia, I believe, to try to assassinate Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Literally, and like the guy was caught near his house with a gun and a knife, and they caught him. Like he didn't break into the house apparently, and thank God he didn't. But he got close and like he was confronted, and he said that's what his plan was to do, was to kill Brett Kavanaugh. That's what he was planning to do. Now I'm still not convinced he was actually going to try to do it. I don't know about that. Like there's a good chance what he was trying to do was he was trying to just to scare him into changing his vote. I don't think Brett, if anyone changes their vote, it'll be Gorsuch. That's what I believe. I don't believe Kavanaugh or Barrett will change their vote. Certainly Thomas and Alito will not. That's obvious right there. But Barrett and Kavanaugh, I don't think are going to change their votes because I think they're very firm on their decisions right here. Gorsuch, that one is, if anyone, I don't think Gorsuch, there's a chance Gorsuch will not. I'm still not convinced he will. But if anyone does, it'll be him. That's what I believe. Now, someone may have a different view, may bring a different perspective to that. I would like to hear it. But from at this moment right here, I think Gorsuch would be the only one to change their vote if anyone does. So yeah. But this is an article from the Daily Caller. Something that happened, it was either yesterday or today, or technically on the 21st or the 20th, somewhere around that range. I'm gonna bring this right up. This is an article from the Daily Caller. So yeah. Night of Rage. Eerie flyers pop up in D.C. ahead of Roe v. Wade decision. What this is, like, there was people, whoever this group is, they put flyers up all around D.C. Basically calling for violence and riots if Roe v. Wade is overturned. The fact that the person, whoever this is calling for violence, that just goes to show you what could happen. And like, who knows? If Roe v. Wade is overturned, we're probably going to get Summer of Love Part 2. And this time it will be even worse than the first one. Because this is probably Roe v. Wade, like abortion is probably one of the left's biggest arguments and the most personal thing they take. It's just dark and scary. Like the fact that these people celebrate abortion is sickening to me. How anyone even thinks that it's okay or not, or like whatever. Like, yeah, abortion, like I said before, to me, abortion is murder, end of story. There's no exceptions in my opinion. Nothing will ever justify abortion. That's just my view. Like, I mean, outside of the woman's life being in danger, that's the only thing, but that's it. So, yeah. What's up with the, okay. So, yeah. We're going to go read into this article right here. As you can see, like this just goes to show you, like a soy boy right here. Like this, like you clearly see it's not surprising that there's a lot of women right here like this that are doing this. Like, overturn Roe? Hell no. Like, I think this is the same organization that went to a church about a week or so ago. I believe it was a week ago. I could be wrong, but I believe it was. They literally went to a church and like these women, they took their clothes off down to their panties and bras and basically saying, overturn Roe? Hell no. And they even had, like, it was disturbing. Like, it made no sense whatsoever. So, so like you have a bunch of women right here, and then plus you have, not surprisingly, a soy boy right here with his fist raised in the air, basically supporting abortion. So yeah, that just goes to show you like how soy boys are. Like I don't like soy boys; they're weird in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna go read into this article right here. Huh. And like these flyers were disturbing in a lot of ways. So yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Unsettling flyers have begun to appear throughout Washington, D.C. Yeah. Warning of riots should the Supreme Court overturn Roe v. Wade. They're openly calling for violence right here. Like, can you imagine if like for say what is it if pro-lifers were calling for violence if Roe v. Wade was not going to be overturned? Can you imagine that? And then plus, like on top of that, for the past since the draft has been leaked, a lot of pro-life centers across the entire country have been vandalized and even firebombed by these radical leftists. Literally, like they're literally bombing pro-life. Well, not bomb. They're firebombing pro-life centers. This just goes to show you they do not believe in pro-life whatsoever. They don't even like people having these opinions of being pro-life. They're literally firebombing it. So, yeah, peaceful protests do work. They do work. All you have to look at is back in the 1960s when the Civil Rights Civil Rights Act. Those were peaceful protests. Martin Luther King Jr. Encouraged peaceful protests, and look what happened. We got the Civil Rights Act, and I thank God we got the Civil Rights Act. So yeah, well yeah, here yeah, this is disturbing. Look, we're gonna get right into this part right here. The flyer, which has circulated on social media and also reported by the Wall Street Journal, and yes, Wall Street Journal, a left-wing news source to be fair, warns of a night of rage should the High Court overturn the landmark ruling as anticipated. Like I said, can you imagine if conservatives or pro-lifers were calling for violence if Roe v. Wade was not going to be overturned? For real, just imagine that. For real. Yeah. So, yeah. DC called it action. Night of rage. The night the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade hit the streets, the poster read. You said you'd riot? Yeah. The poster continues to our oppressors. If abortions aren't safe, then and you're not either. Literally calling for violence. Like, who calls for violence? That makes no sense whatsoever. Whenever you call for violence, all you do, you just harm your own campaign. You harm your own cause. Because violence these days does not work at all because of social media. When you do violence, you just destroy your entire brand and everything like that. Once you call for it, you're done. No one trusts you when you call for it. So, yeah. The poster continues. To our oppressors, if abortion... Oh, yeah, I just read that. The poster is signed Jane's Revenge. I have no idea who these people are. I mean, I've seen videos about them on the internet, but yeah. A pro-abortion advocacy group has taken responsibility for several attacks on pro-life organizations. Like I said, these are the people that are going around vandalizing and firebombing pro-life centers across the entire country. So, like, if you do violence at all, I don't trust you whatsoever. None. Violence just destroys things. Like, we're not in an age anymore where violence can help you like that. It does not. You just destroy your own brand and you destroy everything involved in your purpose. So yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go read I'm gonna see if this is the right one right here. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. All right, this is the right one right here. Ramesh Panaro, whoever this, I don't know who he is. Sorry if I don't know who he is. Sorry about that, guys. But like this, he posted this on Twitter. A friend sends this picture at FBI calling for the FBI to investigate this. So yeah, here's it is. DC call to action. Night of rage. The night Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade hit the streets. Well, here's the thing. There's still no guarantee it's going to be overturned. We don't know if it will be. I hope it is, but there's still no guarantee. Because guess what? That leaked draft that we saw was just a draft. Opinions and the justice's opinions can change at any time. Literally. Even the moment before it's released, the justices can change their opinion. Literally. So, yeah. And you said you'd riot. To our oppressors, if abortions aren't safe, you're not safe. Jane's revenge. Like, my God. Like, this is just sickening, in my opinion. Why you call for violence, I have no idea. So, yeah. A letter purportedly from Jane's Revenge and posted to the anarchist library. Anarchists, yeah. Says the impending decision is an event that should inspire a rage of millions of people who can get pregnant. So, yeah. All right, here. This one is actually the big thing right here. We need the state to feel our full wrath. What are you going to do? Are you willing to kill people? Literally, you said reveal your full wrath. Are you willing to kill people? For real. You're willing to burn, you're willing to firebomb buildings and beat people up. Are you willing to actually go the full length and kill them? That I see. You see, this is what we've come to right here. Literally. We need them to be afraid of us. Yeah. Afraid of them. So, yeah. Whatever form your fury takes, the first step is feeling it. Feeling it, okay? You're literally trying to... One second right here, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's summer, so yeah, of course, it's allergy season, so yeah. Yeah, and feeling it, that just lets you know. The next step is carrying that anger out into the world and expressing it physically. Physically, they literally call it for violence and they call it to beat people up pretty much. Literally hurt people. So yeah, they're not just willing to kill people in the womb. They're actually probably willing to kill people that are right here like us, like me, like you, like everyone else. Everyone's watching this. Literally, they're willing to kill people. I'm willing to bet this is what they're referring to. I don't know. Yeah. Consider this your call to action. Yeah. On the night the final ruling is issued, like I said, still no guarantee it will be overturned. But I'm willing to. I wouldn't be surprised if whether it's overturned or not, they're going to riot. They're going to riot if it's overturned to just try to express their anger, but they're also probably going to riot if it's upheld to just basically do a celebration. That's pretty much what could happen right there. Yeah. A specific date we cannot yet predict. Literally, like you said, it can happen at any moment. But we know it is arriving immediately. We are asking for courageous hearts to come out after dark. Coming out after dark when there's no one there to stop you. So yeah, I remember the Summer of Love completely. So yeah. The letter asks individuals to make your anger known. Like, hey, you can be angry about it. You can protest, no problem. But once you go around and start rioting, no, you do not have a right to riot and burn, loot, and do whatever, anything like that. You have no right to that. You have a right to protest. Guess what? I disagree with pro-choicers on abortion. Guess what? I believe they should have their voices heard. They have a right to be out there to protest against it. I disagree with them on their issues, but guess what? They deserve to have their opinions heard, just like and other pro-choicers, and other pro-lifers deserve to have our opinions heard. Literally. So yeah. The organization also released a statement recently saying the leash is off for attacks on pro-life operations, promising violent attacks against oppressive infrastructures. Really, going around destroying property that does not belong to you? What is wrong with you? Literally, So, yeah. Rest assured that we will, and those measures may not come in the form of something so easily cleaned up as fire and graffiti. The group warned. Oh my God. Literally, it's like they're probably willing to kill people. That's probably they're probably willing to do. This is scary. Completely scary right here. So, yeah, no one will trust you after if you guys create a Summer of Love Part 2. Oh my God! This, like I said, like Tim Pool even said it. He says that what could bring like a second civil war, what could start one, is the issue of abortion, because like he said, like outside of Civil War decisions and decisions based on race, there has not been a single Supreme Court decision that has divided the country more than Roe v. Wade has. That's a fact. You can look that up. Like no decision, nothing ever has yeah. So yeah, but like I said, abortion can be the issue that causes a civil war. There's a good chance it will be. Like clearly, people cannot live together if like they can't agree on simple issues like that. But yeah, so yeah. Jane's revenge. I'm gonna read this up. Okay, this from what I can tell by this first line, like oh my God. Jane's Revenge has taken credit for a Molotov cocktail attack on the officers of Wisconsin's Family Action in May. Literally, they attacked officers attacking police officers. Literally attacking police officers. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. While other pregnancy centers have been vandalized, and yes, some in Iowa have been vandalized too. I don't remember the exact amount, but after I get done with this stream, I'm probably going to go look at how many have been vandalized. I'm going to check how many in Iowa has been, because I saw some in Iowa have been. I'm going to go take a look at that soon, including one with the slogan "Jane says revenge." First of all, I don't know who Jane is, to be honest. I'll have to figure that out later on. But yeah. Spray painted on the Capitol Hill Pregnancy Center. Again, like you're literally, this is what was happening in the Summer of Love, and you want to create a second part of it. Be my guest then. So you're just gonna start a civil war and start a national divorce thing. Literally, like if this country, like I said, this country needs to build bridges, and like I think overturning Roe could build bridges. Like, hey. It makes like states have the right to restrict abortions or not. Like here's the thing, it gives it back to the states, and in turn it gives you more power too if you want. So guess what, if you want to live in a state that legalizes abortion, you can go live in one. But if you want to be like me and like live in a state where like it'll probably outlaw abortion, which I think Iowa will outlaw abortion, it'll at least put severe restrictions on it. I don't know if it'll completely outlaw it, but if it, I hope it does, because guess what, the Iowa Supreme Court has made a 5-2 ruling like a few days ago that the right to an abortion is not mentioned in the Constitution, in like the Iowa Constitution. The Iowa Constitution does not give you the right to an abortion. So yeah, hope and like I said, Iowa will I think it'll put at least severe restrictions on abortion. I don't know. I hope it outlaws it, but yeah, I hope it outlaws it. So yeah. But yeah, a Linwood, Washington pregnancy center was vandalized with the words "Jane's Revenge" and "If abortion isn't safe, you aren't either" in May. Like literally, people calling for violence. Like once you call for violence, no one trusts you at all. Like you literally can like destroy your entire reputation with that. Like we're not back in the 40s, 50s, or 60s. Like rioting and violence does not work. It truly doesn't. You can think however you want, but it just does not work anymore. So yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to the final topic here. As you guys know, Elon Musk a few months ago made a bid to purchase all of Twitter. He put $44 billion up on the table. He made the offer to Twitter. And guess what? Shockingly, Twitter accepted that at the time. But the past month or so, it's got Elon has hold off on the acquisition because he wanted to investigate Twitter a little more. Because Twitter is obviously censoring, like it restricts conservatives, it bans people just because people disagree with them, and like it's literally like this is dangerous stuff right here. Like even there, like I believe it was Project Veritas where a woman like tricked a guy and went on a date with him. This guy's an executive on Twitter, and exposed Twitter. Literally, this guy explained Twitter is not a capitalist is not a capitalist company. And like everyone who works there is like a communist where they do whatever they want, no restrictions, like nothing like that. No, well, they have a lot of restrictions on a lot of things. Like they censor the conservatives and they don't censor the right. They censor conservatives, but they don't censor the left because it fuels their ideology more. And this person literally said, that they do not believe in free speech at all. Twitter does not believe in free speech. Literally, that's what it said in this video right there. You can go look that up. And like even Elon's responding to that, and he responded to a bunch of other videos, too, a bunch of other things as well. And so, yeah, it's like Elon is a pretty cool guy. I'm a big fan of Elon. Huge fan of Elon. But like I said, he was a member of the elites. He might actually still be one, to be honest, but he's actually he's going against the system like Trump and like JFK have. Like both those, like all three of them have gone against the system. Now they still had limitations of what they could do. Obviously, Trump, there were some things he couldn't do. JFK, even though there's a lot of things he couldn't do, he still went with a lot of the things, and they took him out because of that. Elon, like about a couple months ago, he did open up a new factory in China. I don't like that he did, but as I told Osiris when the first time I had him on, I said, I think the reason Elon did that was because he didn't have much of a choice. Because guess what? He still has a certain limitation of what he can do. Like now, you can make an argument. Well, how can you be a member and still go against it at the same time? Like they can, like that is debatable when you look at it. Now, I think Elon is an outsider because of all the things he said and all the things he's done, like that. He's even said even though I do think even though he has said like the moon landing was real and he thinks that aliens are fake. Well, I think the aliens are fake too. I believe that, but I believe that the aliens are fake. I agree on that 100%. Now, I don't agree with him on the moon landing was real. I think the moon landing was one of the most fakest things of them all. And obviously, like he's obviously is going to be the person to probably lead us to Mars. Well, at least until they're waiting a while because wait until the CGI gets good enough to pull it off. So yeah, like I said, I think Elon he still has some limitations. He can't go out and say everything that he wants to say. But yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of him still at the end of the day. I mean, there's some things I disagree with him on, but overall I agree with him on a lot of things. Like I like the stuff he says about AI, where he says he wishes he did AI the way he did, because AI can actually take over the world because of how dangerous it is. And also, I don't like his Neuralink thing. I don't like that whatsoever. But still, though, he's also a big proponent of free speech. But he also did vote for Obama in 2008 and 2012. Like he even posted that meme on Twitter where like he says like where it shows the right and the left, and it shows him just slightly on the left. And then it shows the one below him where like the left is running away, and then where the final one says like he is on the right, and like the left is is way farther left than it actually was, because what that represents is that the left has gone so far left that like moderate like classic liberals are right wingers compared to them. Like literally, that's what it looks like, and that's how like the left sees it. At least a lot of the people on the left that should sees it that way. Same thing with Joe Rogan, Tim Pool, Bill Maher. And Russell Brand too. Like those guys are liberals. Clearly, they are liberals, but they're considered right wingers because they go after a lot of the corruption and like these far left socialists and progressives. So yeah, but I am a big fan of Elon. I hope he gets Twitter too. And before that, I get into this article here about the board accepting his bid. Like, remember there was that Saudi prince that literally did not want Elon buying Twitter. Like, he really convinced the board at that time to do the poison pill thing, where like it would literally shrink the value of the stock. It would like cost the shareholders money, but it was just so that other people could get the shares at a much lower price, and basically because they didn't want Elon getting Twitter. Look, I'm a big fan of Elon, and like they were clearly trying to avoid him to like get that all. They don't want him getting Twitter because guess what? They are literally so anti-free speech that they're willing to do anything to avoid anyone making a bigger free speech area. That's a fact. But Elon is pro-free speech. He even says that he said beforehand that if when he gets control of Twitter, he's going to unban Trump. I can't, even though Trump is using Truth Social, I hope Trump gets back on Twitter. He says before he will not, but I hope Trump gets back on Twitter. I want him back on Twitter because Twitter is not the same without Trump on it. And like, yeah. Also, I hope he puts Alex Jones and David Icke back on Twitter too, because Alex Jones, there's a whole meme out there like the thing where it's like Alex Jones was right, and like there's a lot of things Alex Jones is right on. The vast majority of the things that Alex Jones has said, he has been right on. Now, like I said, there has been a few things that he has gotten wrong. I fully acknowledge that, but yeah, but like I said beforehand, Trump. Sorry about that, guys. Let me. But like I said, Alex Jones has gotten some things wrong. He has, but overall, he's gotten the vast majority of things right. Vast, like Bohemian Grove, Skull and Bones, gay frogs turning gay, TV spying on you, the elites using baby blood, stuff like that. Alex Jones has gotten right on that, and so. But people call him a crazy man. They call him a crazy man. Like, so, and it's unfair in a lot of ways, in my opinion. They demonized him because he's anti-establishment. He's anti the system. So, yeah, we're gonna go right into this article right now about Elon buying about this from the New. We're gonna go into this article from the New York Post about Elon. So, give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring this up right here. Okay, 1 second. Okay, right here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Hopefully you can see this. My mistake. Yeah. So yeah. Board unanimously approves Elon Musk's 44 billion Twitter takeover bid. And yeah, that is the thing I'm excited about because we're getting closer and closer and closer to Elon actually purchasing Twitter. And I hope it happens soon. I can't wait until Elon buys Twitter. Like the moment it was reported that Elon was buying Twitter, a lot of people just hopped on it. Like a lot of people just hopped back on because like they were excited because actually something new was being brought to the table finally. And like it slowed down ever since Elon's held the deal off, but recently it's come back up. So I'm glad about this. I hope I can't wait till Elon officially takes it over. So yeah. Elon Musk moved one step closer to completing his 44 billion takeover of Twitter on Tuesday when the company's board of directors unanimously approved his buyout offer according to an SEC filing. So yeah, we're getting closer. The board has approved it. Now just got to go to be approved by the shareholders. Hopefully that happens. Shares of Twitter were up by just under 1% in the early morning hours on Tuesday, selling for slightly more than $38 a share. I don't own any Twitter shares right now, but if I did own some, I wouldn't sell. I would actually buy more. Well before the 54.20 per share tender offer from Musk. Like, yeah, Musk has offered a much higher share percentage of it for Twitter, and I'm glad he has because he needs to take it over to bring freedom of speech back to the table. Because guess what? The way to correct wrong speech is with better speech. Guess what? We need to sit down and have discussions on these things so we can find some common ground. Like we may disagree, but we have to find common ground on these things. So yeah. The regulatory filing comes just days after Musk held a virtual all-hands meeting with Twitter employees, the latest sign that the world's richest man, well, Musk is not the world's richest man. He's not. he's put forth as the world's richest man. The richest people in the world are the Rothschilds, and that's not even close. And they're by far. And the second would be the Rockefellers, and then the rest of the Illuminati, the 13 bloodlines. The 13 richest families in the world are the 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati. They are the richest families in the world. Now, because they control the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. Now, they push people like Musk and Bezos to be portrayed as the richest people in the world. They're not. It's not even close. Because guess what? These families, they're worth trillions of dollars. These people, Musk is worth like 300. Well, I forgot the exact amount, but in the billions range. Billions range. He's not a trillionaire, but he's in the billions amount of range. So yeah. Last month, Musk said he was putting the deal on hold pending a review of Twitter's policies as it relates to bots and spam accounts. I can't stand bots or spams on Twitter too, because like really you get into arguments with people on Twitter and then you realize it's an automated system. And this person isn't even real. And sometimes they are real people, but they just spam and just spam. Like so, and I can't stand that. So, and Elon has even proposed like saying, hey, how about ban all spam bots and just have all real people be verified. I like that idea a whole lot. And I mean a whole lot right there. Hopefully that happens. Hopefully it does. Musk threatened to cancel the deal unless Twitter offered definite proof that less than 5% of its daily users are spam and bot accounts. I think there's a lot of people are bots on Twitter. A lot of the followers people have are just bots. That's how I take it from. That's just my opinion. In recent statements, Musk said that he estimated that as much as 20% of Twitter's 229 million users are spam bots, 4 times the figure touted by the company. Probably even more of that then. Probably more than 20%, to be honest. I think there actually may be more bots than people on Twitter. There might be. There truly might be. Oh, okay. In a filing with the SEC on Tuesday detailing a letter to investors, Twitter's board of directors said that it unanimously recommends that you vote for the adoption of the merger agreement. I don't know if they will agree, but I hope they do. I just hope they do. If the deal were to close now, investors in the company would pocket a profit of $15.22 for each share they own. Okay, I hope. I would take the money too in that situation. I truly would take the money by far, and it wouldn't even be close. So yeah. Jack Dorsey, the co-founder of Twitter, I can't stand Jack, especially when you look at what happened when he went on Joe Rogan's podcast a few years ago, and plus when Ted Cruz destroyed him in that Senate hearing, like in 2020. That was embarrassing. Well, he actually did it twice. There were actually 2 separate occasions, and Ted Cruz just destroyed Jack Dorsey, and it was hilarious. The co-founder of Twitter, who stepped down as CEO last year, stands to pocket $978 million once Musk's takeover is complete. Hey, I don't like Jack, but hey, take the money, man. That's a nice ass pocket of change to you. Agrawal, is that how you say that person's name? Agrawal and Segal's payouts would be triggered by a so-called change in control clause in their contracts, which kicks in if either of them is terminated within 12 months of new ownership assuming helm of the company. So yeah, once Musk takes over Twitter, a lot of people are going to be out the door because remember that on Joe, when Jack went on Joe's podcast a few years ago, he also brought on that lawyer with him. I forgot how you say her name, so I'm going to botch it, so I'm not going to say it. When it was reported that Musk was buying Twitter, she was literally crying. Literally, that's what it was reported, and that's actually hilarious because hey, you're so pro censorship, you're crying because someone who's going to be who's going to change the rules where it's going to uncensor people. So that just goes to show you everything right there. That just shows it. So, yeah, I don't feel bad for her one bit. Like, hey, she deserves that. So yeah, she'll probably be out of the job too. So once Musk takes over, I'm positive on that part right there. So yeah, this has been a good episode right here. Back to doing the show. I'm gonna probably be doing this yet more. Like I said, I'm not probably gonna do like 1 or 2 episodes each week, maybe 3. I can't guarantee how many I'm gonna do. I'm trying to get back to doing the regular routine. Before I was actually cranking out podcasts to get to episode 50. Yeah, this episode is 51, so we're back on schedule. I'm just gonna be moving the show along. So yeah. All right, we're here live on I'm here live on YouTube and Rumble. And also I believe Facebook too. So yeah. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. Back to doing the regular show. Yeah. But like I said at the beginning of the episode, I'm still talking to Carlos and Osiris about like doing that collaboration podcast where we have a podcast where it's just not, it's where we all each have a say. It's all 3 of us are run the show. We're the 3 hosts. So yeah, I'm still talking to them about that. Hopefully it happens. I don't know if it will, but hopefully it does. So yeah, Carlos, he's still starting his own podcast pretty soon. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm still gonna tune in when it happens. I'm pretty excited for that too. Osiris's podcast is also his channel on YouTube, I should say, has been growing rapidly at the end of the day when you look at it. Like literally, he has like 46,000 subscribers on YouTube now. Like just about a month or 2 ago, a little over a month ago, almost 2 months ago, he had like 8,000 subscribers. And once he posted that video of Amber Heard that short video of Amber Heard snorting coke at the Johnny Depp trial, his subscribers just ran up dramatically, and I'm glad, I'm happy for him. He's getting a whole lot more viewers now. So yeah, I can't wait for that. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up right now. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications and share this with your friends. Well, turn on notifications too. My mistake. So we can beat the YouTube algorithm, because my channel is shadow banned, and we need to beat the YouTube algorithm so more people can get exposed to my podcast, so it can grow. And my goal is to grow this podcast. That's what I want to do. Because guess what? I cannot stand shadow banning. I literally hate it too. Literally hate it. Also, follow me and subscribe to me on Rumble too. That's live on there as well. Also, follow me on BitChute, Twitter, Facebook, Minds, Gab, Truth Social, CloudHub, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, RSS Podcasts. Yeah, like I said, I'm still gonna work on getting those cranked out better so it makes more sense and so it doesn't look weird or sound weird. So yeah, sorry about that, guys, but I'm gonna try to work on that. I'm Ray, the host of the Ray Infinity Show. This has been episode number 51. Catch you guys later. Peace! Wait, sorry about that, guys. Catch you guys later. Peace!